I wrote something and consider this my channel introduction. Yes, I'm the very person who has written this, and yes, I still need to read it out. Anyways, guys, hello. This is me, Somi. You don't know me, or maybe you do know me. Anyways, I don't care. Today we're gonna talk about the art of living. Throughout my childhood, I was that gifted kid. Drawing, painting, being creative while bringing home plenty of medals and academic excellence awards. But how long does the magic last? Soon I was 15, sitting in the corner of my class, digging my nails into my palms. People sat together. There were duos, trios, groups. They talked and laughed and had fun, because that's what you're supposed to do as a teen. Then I looked at the seat beside mine. Empty. Not like I was ignored or something. I was the one who pushed people away. During the classes, I didn't answer the questions that I knew the answers of, was confident in the answers of. It was almost like my body had a switch. As soon as the hand goes up, the switch to survival mode gets on. My heart would go fast, a little hurricane would form at the pit of my stomach. My throat would close up, and well, good thing I sat away from the ice because I couldn't stop shaking. Magic was dead. But I was a reader. Well, if having read 100 children's magazines, 10 Diary of a Wimpy Kids, and 1 Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as a kid counts. Because right at that moment, I wasn't even doing anything I liked. My drawing books were collecting dust, I didn't care about my grades anymore, and I did not read. But somehow, when books clawed their way back into my life, reading was my solace. And so did become writing. Soon it was me and a notebook and a blunt pencil. Don't ask me why, but blunt pencil, writing with that, magical. Against the feelings of loneliness, feeling of unworthiness, and a brain that ran over time. And a chest pain that made it too hard to breathe or laugh or move, which, by the way, according to Google, was a heart attack. I had a heart attack for 2 whole years continuously until it went zoop, whoop, gone all of a sudden. Just because I changed my mindset. I don't know how that happened, but that was. I will not go into the medical terms. It started with diary entries about how I wanted to die one day and wanted to live the next. That if I say I think I might be depressed or I may have anxiety, I just get a "you're too young for that." I hoped no one would read it, and yet wished someone would pick it up one day, read it, understand it, see me, understand me. I still ended up tearing off and burning the pages every end of the week. We're not gonna go further into what I felt or all the things that were wrong, because there was so much that was wrong. And all of this was happening because something else that was so wrong. But we're not gonna go into that. All you need to know is that survival mode sucks. And it makes you think that you want to die when in reality you want to be actually alive, to actually feel. When the diary entries turned into fiction ideas, paint turned pretty. It found a way to be let out in words that painted words, rather than squeezing my heart out like poisonous vines. I started reading again. Some cheesy rom-coms, some classics, some non-fictions, some adrenaline-fueling fantasies. Well, romanticities, because I'm a sucker for romances. I read books that would make you giggle and kick your feet, and books that would keep you awake at night. Books about neuroscience and habits and psychology and manifestation. And when Bookstagram made me read Colin Hoover, I was ready to pull my brain out of my head and scrub it clean. I started trying to talk to people, learned how to fake confidence despite the blood soaring through my body, preparing for fight or flight. I just wanted to scream at my brain that talking to people is not a threat. But can't blame that little grey mouse that's just trying to save you. That has somehow been wired a certain way because of certain conditions. But also, you cannot not change it. 16 years, 11th grade, the number of the students in my class dropped. And I knew that if I don't try now, I won't ever. Less people, less scary. So when an elocution competition that was to be originally held in front of a larger audience was shrunk down to all the classes doing it within themselves, I stood in front of my classmates, people I had barely interacted with. I couldn't hear myself because of how hard my heart was pounding, and I just hoped and prayed that they couldn't see that I was actually shaking. But I went on. I faked confidence the best I could. And I ended up getting the second prize. People, hello, how? Now, I'm not the kind of person who hoards up certificates and medals, but that certificate, even though out of a small number of people, that certificate was not the second prize for an allocation competition. That was the proof that if I try, I can. Magic is forever present. Almost 2 years later, and multiple times of going back to the I wanna have version of myself, I found my whimsy back. I float around as if I'm in a fairy tale. I wake up at 5 just to see the sunrise because I love it. Bake a cake just to eat it as breakfast because I wanted it. I live in the moment. I'm not saying that there are not the dark times when the past comes crawling back and when I think that I'm not having enough fun, that it's not easy for me to enjoy, then I start thinking that my childhood was wasted, my teen years was wasted, now as a new adult I'm wasting it again. So when I'll have bigger responsibilities further into my life and I'll have a job and I'll be a big, whole, full grown adult, where will the joy be? Where will the whimsy be? But then I have to hold my horses, ask my brain to just stop it right there. Come back, come back, come back. This present right here. I still have a breath. I still have a brain to think, a heart that beats, a heart that loves, and I still have faith. Crazy, stupid faith. Crazy faith. And I still think, and I still hope against hope. And when hope dies, I become stubborn. It's like, you know what? I don't care who is around. I am stubborn. I want this thing. I will get this thing. All of this just because I like to do it. The way I have been romanticizing the smallest things in my life have made me realize what actually being alive is. Not just seeing, hearing, smelling all that is around you, but feeling it, basking in it, breathing it in, loving it. I'm not saying that just romanticizing life will solve every problem you have in life. The aggressive people will still erupt like a volcano out of nowhere. The people who belittle you will keep on belittling you. Your anxiety will not miraculously go away and your heart will not find its rhythm all of a sudden. Your depression will not disappear and your brain will not stop bullying you. All at once, all out of nowhere. But it will happen someday. One day, slowly, one at a time. Just because you had a cake for breakfast won't mean that everything will all of a sudden, all at once. But it will contribute to a better you. Not in the way where you are that girl or guy getting everyone's attention, being popular or having fame and money, which is all amazing. But before that comes the art of being alive, where you're actually living, loving loud, lay and not giving a fuck about what people think and genuinely living your life. There will be multiple ups and downs because, well, that is what life is all about. There is something that expands beyond the external happenings, and that is our internal reactions. Among the sad little mush of bad things happening, we lose sight of what we are in control of and what we are not in control of. And while trying to grab all the reins, somehow end up losing all of it. It just slips right through our fingers. We try to grab it all, but it slips right through our fingers. Because of the things that we cannot control, we lose sight of the things that we actually can control. We can find new amazing people and build connections. We can heal ourselves and, above all, do what we love to do. Or do everything that incites our curiosity to finally land at something that we will love. Good news, you don't have to be perfect at such things. You can be an artist even when you can't draw a straight line. You can call yourself a writer even if your words don't make sense. A poet even if they don't rhyme. You are allowed to dance even if you have two left feet. To sing even if you're tone deaf. To research and learn new things without having to remember it all just to prove that you know about it. You're allowed to read even if it's not classic literature and just a cheesy romance novel. Even if it's not self-help, but just a book about magic. You're allowed to bake, even if we burn the first two batches. You're allowed to do everything that you love to do as long as it does not hurt anyone else. When I realized this, I decided I'm going to start doing everything that I wanted to. Within the box or outside, doesn't matter. I only get one chance as Somi. Because I believe that souls are energy and live forever, but this human right here, this home for my soul, will only be for a certain time, for as long as I live as Somi. And I can only one shot as Somi. So I started doing everything I liked again. I started a YouTube channel and Instagram account so that I stopped speaking to the air around me and to a camera. You know what came with it? Resistance. It's cringe. It's just a face. You can't even fix one niche. When you take up creative work, whether it's for fun or to put forward in front of the public, resistance does show up. And it will just add on to the mush of sad things that we talked about. But does that mean that you stop doing things that you like? No. Record videos even if you're cringe. Put them out on the public for the public to see even if no one sees it. Turn that account public instead of private just because you want to. Even if you don't post anything or only post when you feel like it. Just do whatever you want. Whether it is a face, whether it's cringe, who cares? We're all gonna die anyways. So when we live properly. You only get one shot as you. You right now is just one. Do you understand? Must understand. Remember that. And this is when I learned that we need to add magic and logic to have a life that actually feels like we're living a life. And henceforth, I'll start making videos about both magical and logical things and how to balance both the parts of our lives, how to be expansive enough to be balancing contradicting parts in our lives. Magical Mondays for the magical videos and Thinkers Thursdays for logical videos. Stay tuned.